Scammers online spreading their lies, pumping stocks with dollar signs in their eyes. But we see through the noise, cut through the mold, calling out fraudsters. Truth be told, hey, expose the lies, let the story unfold. Truth be told, yeah, shining the light on the tricks they sold. No hype, no spin, we bring the facts, let the truth roll in. Fraudsters beware, your game's getting old. We're taking it back when truth be told. Truth be told. Truth be told. And the truth shall set you free.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Truth Be Told. Tonight, it's only going to be myself and Amy, but that doesn't mean that we have plenty to talk about tonight in the wild and zany world that is finance and all things in between and related. How have you been this week, Amy?
Good. Just crazy busy. It's the holidays, so
Yeah.
really busy time. And then we are moving next weekend, and things couldn't be crazier. But
Here we are. In fact, just to get it out, I'll probably say it again this evening, but like next week's with Thanksgiving holiday, we'll not be having a Saturday show. Just to get that out of the way. Yeah, I know, right?
That's the day before I move, and I'm going to need to be not here.
Yeah, that is totally fine. But to start us out tonight, if the thumbnail hadn't totally given it away, we're going to be talking about a bit of Bitcoin and a bit of other things related to it, because it's been kind of having a spits and fits as of late. Like, let me back this up. Down 20% in the last month, 21% almost. Yikes. MicroStrategy been kind of doing the same thing, down 40% almost, 39% total. Needless to say, Bag Holder Quotes has gotten a bit of a run on the whole Bitcoin community and everything surrounding that, along with some other things that have been going on with MicroStrategy. Yeah, and it's not just been like the standard common stock. Of course, the preferreds have been getting knocked around too. The big news from the week, though, was apparently JP Morgan put out a warning of MicroStrategy being having a delisting risk for major equity indices. Now, that title alone is what kind of scared people, because they thought, like, oh, is it going to get kicked off the exchange? And like
The S&P, right?
Right. And
but it's not. It's just like that other whichever one.
Yeah, the MSTI.
MSTI. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the big kerfuffle there, because like it's not to say that wouldn't have an effect on MicroStrategy, because that's one less index that's going to be like holding your shares in case of any, or be a purchaser if they have to rebalance or something like that. But at the same time, it's not like.
I mean, isn't Saylor the one they want purchasing it?
Well, I mean,
he's not purchasing the stock.
Bitcoin.
Never mind. He's not purchasing the stock, right? He's selling the stock. He's purchasing Bitcoin.
Sorry. Right.
Retired.
Yeah, he's definitely selling a lot of the stock.
He'll sell that down to zero before he'll sell any Bitcoin. So,
so let's see here. MicroStrategy keeps a thin 3% margin.
They've never made money though. This isn't new news.
Yeah.
When is
well, I mean, like the business itself doesn't make a whole lot of money, and technically them trading Bitcoin isn't really making money, because they're just buying and hodling, as it were. So like the business itself is like, like if we want to really get down to brass tacks as far as MicroStrategy is concerned. So yeah.
But he's not like leveraging it or like using it to make any money. So
right. So there's like really nothing other than the underlying business, which has been kind of a talking point now that it's on the struggle bus. It's like, hey, there's a business underlying this. I mean, it's not a super like crazy good business.
I don't even know what it is. What does he do?
MicroStrategy. It's a God, that is a great question. It has been such a long time since I've even talked.
Like software or something?
Yeah, it's definitely a software company. I just don't know what it does specifically. I think it's some sort of like security. Is an American company that provides business intelligence and mobile software. So, yeah, I would like to point, like, looking at that, like, this is the lowest Bitcoin has been since Donald Trump won the nomination. I mean, not the nomination, became president-elect all the way back about this time in November. So, like, there's like, if it wants to keep falling, there's plenty of levels to fall through. Like Bitcoin prior to, Donald Trump winning the election was setting around the 50 handle, somewhere in between 50 and 60,000. So, I don't follow crypto enough.
Well, it's not like there's an underlying business. I mean, it's only,
it's just
only worth what people, yeah. I mean, like it's,
so it's like hard to tell what it's going to do because it's and it's not like gold or silver either, where like there's industrial uses for it. So it's really hard to project where it's going to go because it's completely based on sentiment, 100% based on sentiment. So like I can say this is a thing that could happen, but who knows? Tomorrow it could be worth 100,000. Tomorrow it could be worth 10,000. It really just depends on what people think it should be valued, because at the end of the day, it's just thoughts, feelings, and opinions. There's no real like underlying thing, whether that be a business or whatever, a use case at this point in time. Though I guess the big selling point that Michael Saylor is trying to put behind it is like securitizing the Bitcoin and then trying to make it into some sort of crypto digital asset thing, which, I mean, if you're going to be a bank, why don't you just turn your company into a bank? I'm confused by the idea, the strategy behind that. Strategy, because that's the name of the company.
He probably doesn't want to deal with regulations that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is 100% of the reason. Like, that's crypto in general. Like, the whole point is to try and either regulation arbitrage or duck regulation altogether.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because if he was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Just one last thing I think on Saylor before I grab some of this other stuff.
I think you give a Ponzi scheme and call
yes,
yourself a bank.
This one is pretty rich. I found this one pretty funny.
I think there have been 15 hard drawdowns over the last 15 years. I think we're overdue for one. This is just natural deleveraging of the asset. It happens.
What's happening with his top lip?
A year. I've lived through
I don't know.
5 big ones since 2020.
Does he have like a cleft palate or something?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. If it's
that's my ADD. Like, it looks like it's like split or something.
Yeah, like, did he get into a fight before the interview? I'm kind of curious. But like, just a natural deleverage event. This the guy that was saying mortgage your house and sell your kidney to buy Bitcoin. I find that a bit rich for like Michael Saylor to be like, oh, well, I mean, it's just natural deleveraging. Burr, 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 burr. Like, aren't you one of the guys that have been like, leverage up to the hilt? Like, this is the problem I have with like Bitcoin in general, is like these people, their whole talking points shift and blow in the wind, kind of like the meme stock community, to whatever narrative they want.
Talk about it until it happens, right? Yeah. It's just this like full, like, we hodl in weird boats. Like, people sell all the time. And like, that was kind of my thing with like the meme stocks baggies that are like, we have 4 million apes who are all holding and not selling them, but they're selling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
No. Like, not everybody is willing to hold through bankruptcy and watch all of their money go to zero, even if they are on Twitter saying that they do.
Right.
They don't. Right. Like, people sell. And like, right. I think it's ridiculous for anyone to pretend like it doesn't happen or that it can't happen.
Right. Speaking of silly narratives like that, the idea that Michael Saylor can't get margin called on his, I assume, that he won't have to sell because they can just refinance their convertible bonds and all that stuff. And it's 4 years or 5 years out. So no one needs to worry. I don't get this idea about this is the thing that happens when we're talking about sometimes with GameStop, where people just, I guess, because it's a 0% coupon, it's not actual debt, guys. It's not real debt. No, it's very real debt. It's very really on your balance sheet. It's like, I don't get this kind of thing. I will say that
they're selling notes. I mean, what do people think happens with those? Like, do they think that people are just buying those to not get their money back?
Speaking along those lines, I found this article, you'll be surprised, from Mark Bazile, Midwit Mark, the clock that's right twice a day. Convertible bonds threaten corporate Bitcoin treasuries, execs warn. Speaking of that risk, they were talking about the risk from if there's a markdown, a dilution event, I guess the dilution event wouldn't be a way to put it. I mean, like a huge drawdown, though, in Bitcoin, that it could really expose these companies that have these convertible bonds to a lot of risk, especially if potentially default. And that, what happens, obviously, because like Tony has pointed out, these companies that offer these zero coupon, they don't do this out of the goodness of their heart. Like, they're basically getting dataless options because they convert into shares if they want to, and then they short the equity. So you get a price jab from them hedging their position, their long position. So
most of them have an embedded call option.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, what I'm saying is that, like a convertible bond, you can almost treat it like a call option because you got a strike that you can convert at for the price of the shares. And since there's no coupon, there's really no other calculation that you have to consider. So there's on one end, this is one of the few times I'd agree with Mark. There's a huge risk that at least the investors of the company aren't taking into consideration. I'm sure Michael Saylor thinks it's a great idea, but on one end you've got a possible future dilution, and on the other end you have this debt that you have to otherwise pay back if there's
right.
And people are kind of
they just don't care about that. Number goes up is all they care about.
Well, I mean, there's a book about that. But speaking of people we haven't talked about in a while, apparently Andrew Tate is let's see here, got a video from Gadget where he's talking about, I guess, the possibility of having more undisclosed taxes he needs to pay.
Zero knowledge proof privacy solutions are basically the only way for you to make transactions, enjoy crypto, and not worry about future AI algorithms scanning the blockchain and hitting you with an indictment. Because that is
AI. What?
Find indictments?
Well, he's already gotten the UK government after him on back due taxes once. And what it sounds like is he may have them coming after more of his money on unpaid taxes, and he's front running and lampshading it. Though maybe
paying his taxes on crypto this whole time.
Well, I mean, if anything is to be said about that, maybe he can do some loss harvesting on his tax returns.
Wow.
As he apparently got completely liquidated in his crypto portfolio.
Many analysts believe he may be one of the worst traders in crypto.
I mean, losing a little over $750,000. Yikes. Imagine putting that in the S&P 500 instead.
I love that for him.
I mean, who wouldn't at this point? We're going to find out some other shady things from earlier. This one I thought was just funny. It is crypto related, and you did show this one to me, Amy, and it's just hilarious.
On this little straight line where the wicks seem to go straight.
Yeah.
Some people may have them there. Some people may have some up here.
I don't think that's
So what
crypto
end
related. I
up
think that's
happening
stock.
is
That's a stock.
it may want to go down, but what'll happen is for those who are trying to go long once it hit these areas, they'll have their stop losses below. So what it'll do is it'll do a sweep. So if the institution or smart money decide that they want to continue to go down, what they will
It's
do,
all up to them. Yeah.
what they will do is they would, for the people whose stop losses
Like
are
letting-
above and the people's stop losses below, if the main goal is to short, then the institutions will make it seem like it's going to short, grab those stop
Yeah,
losses.
long, clear out all the shorts, and then fucking, and then kill everybody on the longs,
Kill that,
and then go and again, and then go
and then
go
continue
low.
short.
Yeah,
yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, we call
I'm
it
fucking so tired of this market.
a Judas swing. So
Judas swing.
Judas swing.
It sounds like an entire like Reddit, like a post on Reddit that just happened to find its way onto X instead. Just a brief moment from Scam Investor here, since we're talking about crypto. Apparently, Bitcoin, that Nvidia shiny object was the misdirect while they moved Bitcoin back through the November lows. So apparently, the Nvidia earnings that was planned ahead of time was a distraction, so they could keep shorting Bitcoin. Sure, cool. Don't know what to say more about that. I mean, this is the chemtrails guy.
He said that's what triggered the QQQ sell program. If you're monitoring these 25 tick charts, that's not why. That's not what happened.
No,
it's that the chances for a rate cut went to like 30-something%.
Right.
That's why the market sold off.
And it's not looking any better. We'll get to that when we get to some.
I mean, like, I think it depends on who you ask, right? Like, so right now it's split. Like, well, I don't know. Do you want to wait till we start talking about it?
Yeah, well, we can do that. I will say though, remember on our last episode when we talked about Dark Side of the Moon, or he's mixing the crypto and the meme stock streams because
he's been in MMTLP spaces.
But like the whole silly narrative that Citadel just controls the market flows on everything and they set whatever prices they want to.
It's still not what he said there.
Yeah.
We
can play it. You can hear what he actually said.
Because of active managers setting the prices of securities. Firms like Citadel. That markets are efficient because of active managers setting the price.
That was a nice jump skip there. Like he was explaining something and there was a huge jump cut.
There is, because he says that they employ teams of researchers to determine basically where they buy and sell stocks at.
Yeah.
And their valuations.
Right, which is based on the intrinsic value.
They use a team of researchers to determine the valuations, to determine where they buy and sell the price at, or buy and sell the stock at.
Yeah.
Firms like Citadel, firms like Fidelity, firms like Viking Global, Capital Research. We're all running large teams of people that are engaged in fundamental research, trying to drive the value of companies towards where we think they should be valued. Trying to drive the value.
Okay, yeah.
He didn't say trying to drive the price. They drive price. He said trying to drive the value.
Mm-hmm. If it's a valuable company, they'll invest in it. If it's not, they won't.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, like if they're long short, right? Like there's a price that they go long at. There's a price that they go short at. And I mean, like, this is not hard stuff. But I mean, who cares? It doesn't matter what you say. Like, Ken Griffin is always going to be the reason, or the that they can't make money in the stock market. It has nothing to do with their own choices.
Right. But then that at the end of the day is the excuse.
Plenty of other people make money in the stock market. Yeah. Like it just like it can't be that.
I don't know. We didn't get that far along in the video, so.
But it can't be that like other people can make money in the market and only you can't because of Ken Griffin.
Right. And I don't get it, because I make money all the time just fine. Like the only time apparently the stock market is manipulated when it's these shady little shitco's and penny stock tickers. Apparently me setting in,
which is not true. I mean, we saw the market sell off by what, 1,000 points like 3 days
ago.
if
the value, if the future, like that's the big thing about the stock market.
You cannot control what other people do, right? And then there are levels, right? Like, and if it starts selling off and it hits somebody's level or somebody's stop loss or whatever, then that triggers selling. And then it's like that day when it sold off like crazy, like I don't even remember how long it went with the market had no bid and it was just straight selling. And I don't remember how long it was, but it was like there was nobody stepping in. Everybody was running for the door. And like, you know, when it starts to hit those levels and stuff, like it just compounds.
Yeah.
And even people who are not invested in shit codes were
right. But it's like when we're talking about like oh my God, the manipulation that happens, like, you know, of course, when you have a market day, the entire market is going to move in the general direction. But like
the trend day,
the idea that there's some insidious force, like, and it only targets these horrible companies that got bad financials, don't make any money, horrible upside down balance sheets. But you know,
Ken Griffin didn't do anything to make you hit the buy button.
Yeah.
So I don't know how anything could be his fault, because he didn't make you buy anything. He doesn't make you sell anything. He doesn't make you do anything.
Yeah. One last thing on the crypto stuff before we move to the next big-ish topic that we're going to deal with. But apparently Jim Cramer is not only a long indication.
Bitcoin is like at 81, and you're looking at what I regard as being this
inverse Cramer
moment in this decline was the moment between 330 and 430, and then Williams comes on, and then suddenly everything's fine. I don't think so.
You don't think everything's fine?
No, there's a lot of people who have to get out. Let them get out. This is not what suddenly they wave a magic wand. We obviously have real issues. We have issues with the building out the data center unlimited. We have issues with a lot of people, you know, the strategy.
I don't get I didn't even really see him be that particularly, like, I don't think he was even saying he was bearish on Bitcoin. He was just saying if people want to sell, then let them sell and get out. Like, there's going to be a correction. I don't think he's even saying that he's necessarily bearish on Bitcoin. People were trying to make it say, oh, well, Cramer's, you know, bearish on Bitcoin, inverse Cramer. We're back to bull levels again. So I don't know about that. I mean, if you want to make it into that because you're desperate, I mean, sure, go knock your socks off.
And they always.
Oh, I mean, them and meme stock people, they'll find anything to, you know.
I got some water. Keep going. I'm here.
No problem. So our transition to our more some other topics here. We had another victim of the Atlas Trading Group, Pro Se PJ, or AI lawyer Matlock, GPT lawyer, GPT legal, Chat GPT legal Foundation decided to delete their account because they figured out, I guess, finally, that running your mouth on social media does not make for a good defense, especially when you're facing criminal charges.
Well, I think it's probably that everything got denied and they're going back to court, right?
Yeah, I mean, that could be too.
Lawyers probably told Chuck about that.
Yeah. shut the fuck up Friday.
Yeah. Hey, bro, get the fuck off social media.
Yeah, please.
Because they haven't been doing good shit since it went down. So
yeah. We got some new news this week. We usually don't talk about the Comey litigation, but this kind of has a lead into what we are going to talk about. The
it still has some controversy around it, right? Didn't she just hand something in that said that they did put it in front of them?
So, oh my goodness, this is kind of crazy. So on the 19th, which was, let me double check here. Yeah, it was Wednesday. They had a hearing, and in the hearing, they were trying to unpuzzle this mystery of the
because the judge straight up asked him. He asked him, and he said that's what he.
Yeah, that's the way he and from my understanding from listening to the Lawfare live stream on it from Friday, he even went and talked with Halligan because she was there for that hearing, obviously, as the lead prosecutor. And he came back and then said, "Yeah, that's the way I understand it."
Well, so he said that the grand jury said no to all three, and so Halligan took it, rewrote it with just two, and then she signed it, and then I think
4-person in the
the 4-person, and then but that was it. Not like the entire grand jury didn't vote on those two indictments.
And then
is what was said by that guy. Who was the guy? I can't remember his name.
Mr. Lemons, I guess.
Yeah.
The government's position and understanding of the way things proceeded is that there was only one indictment presented, and I guess what your honor is referring to is the new indictment was in fact not a new indictment. All right, so let me ask you the question again. Let me be clear that the second indictment, the operative indictment in this case that Mr. Comey faces, is a document that was never shown to the entire grand jury or presented in the grand jury room. Is that correct? Standing here in front of you, Your Honor, yes, that is my understanding.
Right.
But then, of course, we had everyone and their mother talking about the document that came after, where I guess Lindsey Halligan, after the fact, realized that was disastrous for her fucking case. And now everyone's hurriedly retconning that she is some wonder savior who posted this thing that proved that was all wrong. And what they said in front of the judge was just misunderstood or lies or fake news.
Turn over all of the grand jury transcripts? They're
not yet, to my understanding.
Oh, I thought they did. Okay.
Well, they're supposed to, but I think there's still
they're probably going to be forced to.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the longer this controversy goes on, the more it makes it clear that it is going to happen.
Surely the judge is going to be like, "Well, let's just roll the tape," right?
Let's figure it out. Well, because let me see here, where was it? Here, the transcript correcting the record. So yeah, I have the right tab up. Court 4-person confirmed the vote on the 2 counts, which, we already knew that. We were further, the 4-person explained the separation of the charges and the grand jury action. This confirms that the grand jury failed to obtain concurrence on 1 count. The court acknowledged the clerical discrepancy and directed that the 2 count true bill be docketed. This confirms the court's recognition that the 2 count true bill is valid operative indictment. So they're basically saying that, but I'm not seeing anywhere here where it is that the whole grand jury saw it. It was just the.
Well, go up. I think the judge asked the 4-person.
Sorry.
There you go. So you voted on the one that has the 2 counts. The 4-person said yes.
Transcript contains the following exchange. This sworn testimony alone establishes the grand jury voted on the 2 count indictment. So, okay, again, if that is true.
Then the 4-person says, so the 3 counts should just be 1 count. It was the very first count that we did not agree on. And the count 2 and 3 were then put in a different package, which we agreed on.
Which, if that was the case, why not just say that at the hearing? Like, I just,
well, and why
I'm so
didn't
confused.
the homie know? Why was he like, yeah, that's what I think? That's,
Yeah.
was he not there?
Not Comey. It was well, I mean, that's the grand
Homie,
jury.
the guy who said that they didn't vote on it.
Yeah, that was Lemons. He's, I guess, the person that they had at the hearing who was talking about, and he wasn't there at the grand jury hearing, to my understanding. He was just there, you know, presenting the government's case at this hearing that we had this week. And so he was, I guess, like, why not? Well, my question then is, like, why wasn't Lindsey Halligan the one running this if she understood this from the beginning? And why, when he went over there to talk with her before saying what he did to the judge, did, like, he just kind of, like, was there a miscommunication? I mean, possibly, I guess, but it just doesn't
see where what the judge says here. So I'm a little confused as to why I was handed two things with the same case number that are inconsistent. And the court acknowledged that two documents with the same case number had been presented.
Yeah, because after they no-billed the first count, she went and hurriedly rewrit it and resubmitted it.
With the two,
yeah.
Right.
And then,
yeah.
So the complete record that the foreperson confirmed the vote, the court acknowledged the vote, the court docketed the two-count true bill as the operative indictment. Only count 1 life occurrence, 2 and 3 were then put as the indictment. I don't know why this couldn't have come out at the hearing, but apparently there was just like, and it just goes back to the whole, like, how this.
Well, because didn't Comey file a motion to dismiss? Didn't he file?
Yeah, he's filed several. He's filed
based on this, based on that.
This,
right?
yeah, based on this, and also Fifth Amendment violations. He also filed based on selective and vindictive prosecution, and he also filed based on, you know, you can't charge someone with perjury if it's a true statement.
If it's true,
so.
Right? Yeah.
So, like, there's a whole bunch of just like a shotgun of things that still could very well kill this case. But that kind of leads us
out of the woods for a long shot.
Yeah. Which kind of leads us into the Letitia James case, because she's also asking for not as expansive as Comey does, but she's also asking for the grand jury transcripts as well. And why not, considering how bumblefucked Comey's was?
Yeah, I bet Bolton will too.
Well, especially seeing as, you know, what I understand now, because I had listened to the Lawfare Live episode this Friday, and like originally I thought, based on how I had understood it, that like Bolton's it was possibly, you know, selective and vindictive like the rest of these, but not on the same level as the rest of them. Like there was a fair chance that what he did was against the law, and, you know, kind of on the like the Petraeus level. But from what I understand is they, like, even the judge admitted that it sounded very much like they hurried up and filed these charges without completing the investigation. And now they're having to slow down the proceedings with him and with John Bolton and do the investigation, even though they've already gotten to court. Like, this is all stuff they should have been doing beforehand. So,
right.
Yeah, whatever there. And then we got, you know, Letitia James case, where she's also filed the motion for vindictive and selective prosecution. And also there was she had a previous motion dismissed for here it is. Motion dismissed the indictment for outrageous government conduct, which was filed on the 17th. But after she filed that, we found more outrageous government conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find the tab that has this on here. 1 second. Oh, yeah, this one. First was, well, before that, actually, we'll come back to that one. We'll skip to this one, the pertinent one, where we found a lot of what Bill Pulte has been up to in these recent months since he came into office, and some of the absolute shenanigans. there was so much this week coming out about Bill. It was hard to keep track because he's now being investigated by the FBI
and the DOJ
for
I guess they're all
basically using his position to pursue these mortgage fraud indictments.
Well, I think the more egregious one is the deputizing of, like, they had people posing as FBI agents.
Yeah. So, like,
who were not FBI
there
agents.
was two people that I can't remember the specific names. Oh no, she was one of the witnesses that they had brought in.
Right,
like,
she spoke to those guys. It
was
correct. Bowes, BOWES, I think, and I don't remember the name of the other one. It's in that article, but neither of them are FBI agents.
The last one, but like with the Schiff case, they had grand jury information and things like that leading.
Yeah. So
related to the
the guys.
Yeah.
Did they have grand jury?
Well, at the very least, Ed Martin and Bill Pulte did. We know for sure, right?
Well, no, because had they even impaneled a grand jury at that point?
I remember specifically. Maybe it was the Lawfare live stream.
Her story is that she posted. I think she posted on X that because she was running for some office in California.
Correct.
GOP.
Yeah.
And she posted on X that she knew of Adam Schiff's mortgage fraud or whatever.
Yeah, and reported it to Bill.
She didn't report it to Bill. I think Bill reached out to her. And because she just posted it on X. And then it's been this has been over cause she said that when she very first posted this, neither of them were even in office yet. So this has been kind of a long thing. And then I think she said in that, you can go to that one article where she says, so I think she had exchanged messages with Pulte, and then these other two guys came on the scene, and then Pulte had tried to call her at some point, but she just had a medical procedure, and she says that they didn't speak. That other article about her says what she spoke to those two guys about, and it has their name in it. But most of the talking that I think she did, or the interviewing or whatever, was
this article
with those two guys who I think she thought were federal agents.
Yeah, federal grand jury in Maryland is investigating.
Yeah, so hold on.
She's a Bish, California realtor.
Yeah.
Oh, because that would
explain. In lieu of testifying, she opted to sit down with a prosecutor and other federal investigators for an interview. Instead of focusing on the mortgage allegations, she said the interview centered around communications with Pulte, Martin, and two other men who said they were investigating the issue. So the subpoena asked for documents related to her communications with those men and others, according to a person familiar with the matter. Keep going. She said she had never spoken with Martin and only had limited interactions with Pulte. She said she did tell the investigators about her conversations on the mortgage issue with two other men she identified as Robert Bowes and Scott Strauss. They represented that they were investigating Schiff. She said
Manuel will post it in the chat.
I don't even see the chat. But anyway, explained they were not actually part of the so she said, but the investigators explained they were not actually part of the FBI investigation. Bish told MS Now she didn't see any problem with the men asking for information, given that mortgage documents are a matter of public record. Now, just to be clear on that, some mortgage documents are a matter of public record. You can maybe pull the writer or something like that, but the one with all of your financial information and all of your personal information is not public. It's not, period. Right. I don't care what Pulte says. That is not public information. Even with Lisa Cook, I went on that Atlanta website and I was able to pull her public docs, and it was the condo writer.
Well, and even on that point, when the new document from Lindsey Halligan came back on Letitia James, the stuff that was provided on this screen cap here sucks. So let's go to the actual like.
Oh, this is that asshole who like curses at Jim Comey.
I think, but he was posting stuff from the filings here.
Well, and they already know. I mean, we already know that Pulte, like insiders, have said that Pulte had them pulling document. That one person said that she had to pull them so fast that she didn't even have time to mark them as confidential. But it was confidential.
Kind of absurd, yeah.
Like, did you saw that one, right? Where she said
no.
They were like that Pulte was like, I need these documents, and like it needed them so fast that she didn't have time to mark them as confidential.
Right. So like
because it's not all public information. You can't just find all of this stuff on county websites. So that Christina Bish person is not telling the truth. And that's a mistake. Like lying to the FBI is a federal offense and you can go to jail. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know if what that is, if what she gave them, if she's saying what she gave them, but like there's two, the stories are conflicting, right? The people at Fannie Mae are saying, no, he had us pull them. She's saying it was all public information. And maybe it was on her part. Maybe what she found was public information, but then they went deeper and pulled the not public information. I don't know. I guess we'll find out what happens because they haven't paneled a grand jury for this. So.
And so
like they're
I don't know what this is.
Indictment.
Yeah, like this one was the one that I was looking for. I was trying to double check. Like the guy that I just had up there, the Mike Davis guy was saying like, ooh, she came out breaking last night. Lisa Halligan revealed a ton of new evidence relating to Letitia James's alleged mortgage fraud, and the exhibits are damning. Well, here's the exhibit where she marked that it was a second home. Like what the fuck here is damning exactly?
Is it a second home?
Yeah. Like what? Okay. Like find me what? Like what? I'm like, is there something I'm missing, Amy?
Well, maybe because the second home requires, I believe it requires you to live. Geez, I'm so sleepy, but you still. I believe you have to stay there part time.
Yeah.
No, we'd have to pull that. We'd have to pull the second home writer.
Occupancy, yeah.
Yeah.
At least one.
So, yeah, because an investment
will occupy the property as a second home.
If it was an investment property, there wouldn't be an occupancy requirement.
Mm-hmm. But again,
well, maybe they're just saying that it's she put a second home, but never occupied it.
Right. And we've talked about in previous episodes about things like, that occupancy can be for a certain amount of time.
It is.
You can make an agreement with the bank if the situation changes. And if you both agree, it doesn't fucking matter. Like this is none of the stuff that's been brought up yet.
Same with Lisa. Lisa Cook. Like if they were communicating with the lenders, like there's a clause in there that's basically like, you have to live there unless you inform your lender that you're not going to jail. And then the lender can decide if they're okay with it or not. So and that's really what it comes down to, right? Is when we've said this before, right? Like if there was lying to the lender or if there's damages, like without damages,
then there's no case.
I don't foresee how you,
And that seems like the ultimate defense is that you just get the lender on the stand if this does go to trial. If the lender says that they were aware at every stage what was going on and was fine with it, then I don't see why this doesn't end in A, dismissal, or B, summary judgment. Like pick your poison. Like I'm still baffled that if there is some sort of fraud that is actually going on, why hasn't the lender been asked to come in at any point during this? That seems like that would be key testimony. And again, it sounds a lot when we were talking about.
Like if they get something from the lender that says she didn't defraud us, then
right, and then the jig's up. Yeah. So I
not just based on vibes. somebody has to.
I mean, that's what all these cases sound like they're based on.
Right.
It's like all these cases is like the thing that we've come to the conclusion of is like the investigation is taking place after they've already charged them. That's not how that's supposed to work.
Right.
But whatever, I guess.
But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see if those two were posing as FBI agents, and if they were, then that's a real problem.
Yeah, we've got this here. I think,
and like, who are they, and why were they put in charge of investigating this?
Right.
And why didn't you go through the proper channels to investigate this? Like there's so many more questions that come from just these like jumping off questions.
Yeah.
Exclusive reporting that a federal grand jury in Maryland is now investigating 2 Trump administration officials, Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte and DOJ Pardon Attorney Ed Martin. Now, the investigation centers on whether they appointed unauthorized people to help with mortgage fraud investigations of California Democratic Senator Adam Schiff and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Joining us with their exclusive reporting, MS Now.
So it was Letitia James too. It wasn't just.
Yes, let's start with laying out exactly
I'm sure it was
about this investigation.
So, Chris, a federal grand jury in Greenbelt, Maryland, has begun subpoenaing records and documents, and FBI agents have begun interviewing individuals about the way in which Bill Pulte.
Oh, wait. So, wait. So I must have missed that part. Like, I vaguely remember it. So a grand jury has already been.
They haven't handled a grand jury. That's correct.
All right.
And Ed Martin, a DOJ official who used to be the U.S. attorney in Maryland before he was removed from that office, whether they have improperly designated or deputized individuals to participate in investigating alleged mortgage fraud. Now, Chris, you know that these mortgage fraud claims have been seriously criticized and questioned by career prosecutors who do not find that the evidence of mortgage fraud by either Letitia James or Adam Schiff, Senator Adam Schiff, have any real factual sufficiency to bring charges. Nevertheless, Bill Pulte has made these referrals, and both Mr. Pulte and Mr. Martin have been pressuring prosecutors' offices to bring these cases. Now, the shoe is on the other foot, according to our sources and documents that we have reviewed at MS Now just this morning that indicate this has turned around in a way that the Department of Justice is investigating the methods used by these 2 top Trump allies.
Now, the big thing here is like, even if they did get some sort of indictment, like, is Trump going to step in and wash it all away?
He hasn't said anything about it yet.
Yeah. And so,
and I don't know. I don't know that he will. I mean, like, you're getting into campaigns, right? Like midterms, like they're terrified of the midterms. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
right. And is Bill Pulte really worth defending
to lose the Democrats? So, like,
yeah, I
don't know. Does he reel it in? Like, does it make him look even more guilty to shut this down? Right. Because he's the accusation is already out that he was instructing them to do it. So, does that make him look guilty by shutting it down? I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a sticky situation. I gotta get my computer charger. I'll be right back.
No problem. So there was that. And then to round up the Bill Pulte stuff, we got an article from Bloomberg from Katie O'Donnell and Nancy Cook about some of the research that they had done. Some of it in this Bill Pulte article was stuff that we already knew about. But we also got a few things in here that I think were new. Trying to remember, because I'm pretty sure this article was from the beginning of the week. A lot of what was big about it was
finally talked about the Pulte Fest.
Yeah, talked about the Pulte Fest, talked about the dildo slap, talked about the Bill Pulte fucks only the young, and that he likes the young.
The worst.
Creepy as shit stuff, especially given the swirling Epstein problem around the White House right now. Then the thing that really stuck out to me, though, was that, and I know this is going to drive the twins, the people who want them out of conservatorship, the Fannie and Freddie stockholders. But Bill was originally put in charge of that, and the way they make it sound is that he was the person who initially pushed Trump. Initially pushed Trump to try and get them out of conservatorship, which means that the theory up to this point was that, and I would say that I kind of believe that too, because I didn't think Bill had the scruples, was that, you know, Trump was planning this and Bill was just kind of the guy that was out there talking about it while all the adults in the room did it. But the way the article makes it sound is that Bill was kind of the driving factor for the move to get Fannie and Freddie out of conservatorship. And then as it became clear that Bill is a fucking idiot, they swiftly took it away from him and started trying to rein everything back in. Like that one image that we saw of, you know, let me see, I'm pretty sure I have it right here, of like Donald Trump ringing the bell.
With the mortgage thing.
Now a lot of people are saying that was like it was with the 50-year mortgage thing, a meme that Bill shoved in front of Trump and's like, that's cool. And then they posted it.
Right.
So like
from Chris Whalen, who he talks about Fannie and Freddie and them coming out of conservatorship, and why he is not a buyer of this.
Yeah. One concern among top executives in the housing industry is that Pulte could be a turnoff for potential investors in Fannie and Freddie because he sits on the board now. He's the chairman.
That's right.
So like, and what we knew from last week, where he was illegally sharing information between the two entities. And like, the more you dig into this, the more it just becomes absolutely crazy. We also get a little bit more of his online history where, you know, they talked about Pulte Fest 1. I'm surprised they didn't talk about Pulte Fest 2 with Vivek Shamwow, you know, over there having the keynote open speaker on that and some of the other digging there. I know there's less memeable stuff in those other two events, but there's a lot more icky political connections, like when you get into stuff like Ian Carroll and things like that. And just once you know the kind of political sphere that Bill moves in, it's kind of not a good look.
There's so much current, like go back up there because they're talking about the Pulte plan book that he put out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one about him and his
slide down. No, back down.
Back down. I thought I'd gone.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have that ebook.
The same image of Pulte with his grandfather was reproduced on nearly every other page.
Yep. We also got let's see here. The other big thing is they also talked about the lawsuit, I'm pretty sure. And I get that bringing up the like family drama stuff, but I still think like there's a lot missing of like Bill Pulte, the man. Like when you talk about that deposition where he ducked and dodged everything, and where at the end of the day, Brandon Jones's lawyers pretty much pin him to the wall right before they have to break. They we don't know because the documents were never shown because Bill kept, you know, screaming about them and everything. But it sure sounded like Brandon Jones's lawyers had documents that proved that they had gone to the people that were planning on doing the deals to buy those assets from Pulte.
Well, they did. They had affidavits from them.
Yeah. That basically proved that Brandon Jones had nothing to do with it. It was a price issue.
Yeah.
And
they had
a lie.
Yeah. They had affidavits from, oh shoot, I can't remember which one. I think 2 of them, right? And then one they were going to depot, right?
Correct. Yes. Mm-hmm. And so like this is Bill Pulte to a T. Like if he's willing to lie about something like this so he can create this grand conspiracy about you, me, his whole family, and the entire Pulte group is coming after him, and you know, poor pitiful me. Like what lies do you think he's going to cook up?
He lied about Kanye
James and anyone else.
Yeah, he lied about Kanye coming to Pulte Fest. He had no relationship with Kanye West, and allegedly, right? They talked about something in Detroit. I don't even know how many years ago, and he's trying to reproduce it. Like the dude's just a pathological liar.
Yeah. Key among that being the clip that you took there, where he was saying, I believe this is where he said that it was all public information.
All public information.
Yeah, not so much. Let me see what else here.
Do you want to do the Chris Whalen? Do you want to hear Chris Whalen talk about Pulte?
Sure, go right ahead. You got a clip of that?
Yeah, hold on.
I'll swap to this for now. That scene.
What would make the most sense then?
I think they're going to stay in conservatorship unless you get a consensus in Washington that says we really need to move these out of government control. I think they're going to kind of remain as they are, which is quasi-federal agencies. You know, they resemble the post office more and more every day. And I think that, unfortunately, 17 plus years in conservatorship has tended to make them less and less like a private mortgage company like a Penny Mac or a Rocket, and much more like a federal agency like Ginnie Mae. And don't get me wrong, I love the people at Ginnie Mae, they're very good. But, having Bill Pulte running the regulator for Fannie and Freddie is not a signal to me that they're serious about taking them out of conservatorship. You need to put somebody in that position who understands mortgage finance, perhaps who's even led a large mortgage company, who understands what you need to do to get them ready. You need new boards. You need new management teams. You need to hire a lot more people inside the enterprises for credit and other areas where they operate before you can even think about taking them out of conservatorship.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been
okay. So I take it you're not dabbling in the Fannie and Freddie shares right now.
No, there's no catalyst. When they talked about it earlier this year, it went up. Mm-hmm. And that was an opportunity for a short-term trade. I don't think you're going to see that now because that's been taken off the table. And it's unfortunate. I'm available if they're serious about doing this. But I just think that I spent a lot of my time working with mortgage lenders, as you know, Julia, and this is not a serious situation right now.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen, in my opinion.
Okay, but you'd be willing to help if they actually are serious about having that conversation and doing the GSC release. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Be
not
happy.
a serious situation, though.
Exactly. And he says in a second that Bill Pulte, these are not serious people. I've said the same thing I've said like over and over. These are not serious people.
Yeah, we've all said.
Yeah. It's not going to be what they're saying it's going to be. And it's not as easy as just taking them out of conservatorship.
Yeah. And it's a whole different operation to go from a government entity, controlled entity, to go to a public one, like he pointed out. And there's going to be a lot more compliance issues and things like that. And you've got to, pay for people to be in those positions and all that stuff. And he's been actually doing the opposite. He's been actively firing people, not only the people doing the oversight, but actual people that, do the actual mortgage stuff in the company. So that's definitely a thing. This one you also showed me, but it's still going live, but I think it's just the thing cycling over and over again. And I don't know what spot in this, but
where he said, he's basically, I listen to I can't listen to too much. His
he's
voice
crazy.
makes me crazy. Well, his voice makes me crazy. Yeah. And but anyway, so he mostly is talking about Ed Martin. So I guess Ed Martin helped him during his plight. And don't worry, he asks you for money in there somewhere. But,
several times. I caught some of those too when I was trying to find the spot.
So it's mostly just, enraged about Ed Martin being investigated and that they have impaneled a grand jury for this. And I think he mentions Pulte by name,
yes,
once or twice, but he mostly says Ed Martin and other people. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that's what he's enraged about is Ed Martin.
Right.
And he's like, you're talking about indicting Ward Cleaver and I don't know what are some other places. So I'm trying to make Ed Martin sound out to be amazing. I'm like, didn't Ed Martin post a picture of himself in a weird trench coat in front of Letitia James's house?
I don't know enough about Ed Martin to be able
You
to.
did. You don't remember that?
Oh
picture
yeah,
that you
yes,
posted?
yeah. Okay, now like it came to. I had to think about it a second what you were talking about. Martin in a trench coat. Oh, in front of Letitia James's house. Yes. Yeah. That's been a couple months ago now. So yeah. Okay.
Let's
So
not act like
now
he's
I'm
just
putting
like-
all the pieces together. So
And I don't know
Ed
why
Martin,
he was
the
removed.
guy who is the special investigator for because nobody at the FBI wanted to touch this with a 40-foot fucking pole.
Right. And I don't know why he was removed from his position in Maryland. We'd have to look that up. But yeah, that's really all. He's very sad for Ed Martin.
Yeah. So we got a new article about fish sticks. Meet the ambitious, duplicitous, semi-fictitious MAGA upstart driving Trump world nuts. That is a hell of a title. Like, if I could wordsmith a title that well, I would be in the money. So I'm not going to spend a whole time on this, but because a lot of it is just going into basically everyone in the Trump MAGA sphere has figured out that this dude is a fucking grifter and has not a snowball's chance of hell in Florida.
Right there. The lead between Fishback and Greenlight began after Fishback left with the hedge fund alleging that he was harassing and defaming them, formed a competing fund. It was misrepresenting his title and responsibilities and pursuing new clients. They alleged that he was a lowly research analyst while Fishback gave him the head of macro.
Yeah. And in here, I think they finally get to the amount that this was going to cost him because
I didn't see amount. I just know that it was their lawyers' fees, right?
Lawyers' fees, and then of course there's that promissory note. And I think they said the amount
because he took
somewhere
what
around
was it, like
million.
Didn't he take a $200,000 loan from Greenlight?
Yes,
or a couple loans, right?
Yeah.
Plus the lawyer fees.
The text messages. I didn't realize this was in discovery because if I had seen these documents were produced, because the way they made the article made it sound was these were produced from like discovery in this case.
And the student thing was so weird.
Like there's so much here that's just bad. So like here's Dummy E's email accounts planting stories critical of billionaires. Oh my God, I love you. No,
this was but so were these text messages or was this like the
emails
back and forth
and
with
messages?
With the student.
Well, the student one is down here where
no, that says right there, the student. Look up. Keep going.
Oh yeah, Fishback.
Fishback wrote in one exchange after the student earned a response from a reporter using a slang reference to Sean Diddy Combs.
Yeah, we're going to bring this man down. Yes, we are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And another embarrassing exchanges entered into the record. Fishback urged students to send money to an anonymous email to Bry Weiss Free Press.
Barry Weiss.
Fishback. Barry Weiss. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why I was struggling over that, but that they finally decided to get his dad to do it because he had an older voice, and just like this is maximum cringe. Absolutely.
That was the one about telling the student to have his dad call.
Yes.
Because he has an older voice.
Yes.
He said, I don't think my dad would be comfortable doing that. Said,
so he decided to do it.
What did he say? Keep going. No, go back up. What the fuck? My dad will do it then.
It's not clear if Fishback's dad participated.
And then the messages with his dad. Where's the ones with his dad? Look, see, buy 250 likes. So I figured he was botted.
Oh yeah, he's botting his social media.
100%. Yeah. There you go. There's the ones with his dad. Oh, this is so cringe. He to goat. Fishback's father wrote. Scott is the real one. Day one homeboy. His father holding it down for the gang.
Amazing.
And then he said that one where he says Fishback praised.
Let's see, here it is.
Boom. ESPN. No, this part praised ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith for delivering a pro-Trump.
The blacks get it.
The blacks get it.
Ooh. Oof.
That was messages like between him and his dad.
But yeah, so apparently.
Oh, there you go. 1.8 million.
Yeah. 1.8
They have
million plus
asked
the
for
two
1.8
loan
million.
for a total of $2 million in
There
looming
you go.
payments.
Yep.
Boom. Ouch.
That he's going to have to pay, and his funds were shut down.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder he was advocating for a Doge dividend.
Which is like the best zing to end that whole article on. It's amazing. I love it for him 100%. This was something from the article that I had to like put out there because this is absolutely hilarious. They put his head in a fishbowl. And like this was, I guess, a recent poll that was done among Republicans. Now it's really early because I'm assuming
well, he's trying to primary him, right? Like when isn't the primary in 26?
Yeah. And so
but now you know why he was trying to attach himself to Bill Pulte.
Yeah, and he's pulling at like 1.1%. So like he's
also
has a
dirty
poll
and a complete fucking idiot.
But yeah. And it's why he's also been doing those amicus briefs, because he's trying to get his name out there and get himself noticed, because he would be, he wouldn't need to be in witness protection because nobody knows who the fuck he is. Let's see here.
And they're already calling Daniels like governor-elect, and
I know that's what's crazy about it is that I guess he has that much of a lead at this point that he's just running away with it. We do have a few more Andrew Tate stuff that's like more Trump related. Did you hear about this news thing that apparently Paul Ingrazia was basically helping deflect him while he was in an investigation against him, a federal investigation, while Andrew Tate was in America and running interference for him when he was back stateside, apparently?
No, who's Ingrazia?
Apparently he is he's in the administration, if I remember correctly. Let me double check that before I go shooting off too far. But I'm going to say he was either nominated to be in the administration and didn't end up, or he was is an American attorney. In the second Trump administration, he served as deputy general counsel to the General Services Administration. So yeah, he is an attorney for the federal government. And so apparently he was running interference for Tate while he was in stateside to keep federal authorities from seizing Tate's electronic devices and other stuff as part of their investigative process, as reported by ProPublica. So yay. What would make the Epstein rumors even worse? To be, to be defending another sex trafficker, allegedly.
Or protecting, anyway.
Yeah. Not exactly a good look. Let's see here. So I think I can get to some of this other main stuff another time, and we will skip ahead to meme stock stuff because I'm ready to do that, even though we've only been going an hour, because there's a lot of fun stuff to get to, starting with the Beyond Meat shareholders, emergency shareholders meeting. We got the vote for that in an SEC filing. You want to take a guess how those votes went?
Yeah, I told them when this started how it was going to go. Yeah.
So the company voted to approve the NASDAQ listing rule, potential issuance of common shares, up to $215 million in aggregate principal amount for the new notes. Duh, that was going to be improved, where the bondholders would revolt. And also they were, like you said, designated to vote in favor. Whoopsies.
It's part of the debt deal.
The company stockholders voted to reinstate the plan for the number of shares for the employee purchase program and paying employee benefits. Company stockholders voted to approve the charter amendment authorizing the new share count from 500 million to 3 billion shares. Enjoy all of that. Yikes. That tells me a lot of dilution is probably coming. And then in addition to that, the reverse stock split was also approved. Did it say what it was a reverse stock split?
They have a much bigger margin than the rest.
Yeah. Voted to approve a series of 30 alternate amendments, restart certificate of incorporation to effect a reverse stock split, but it doesn't say the amount the reverse stock split is for.
No, it
because
says
usually you'll get like a
yeah, they're not going to tell you here. Proportionate reduction in the number of authorized. They won't tell you here. They'll tell you when
they announce it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we had the Mullen one, they said it could be from a 1 to 10 to a 1 to 250.
Oh, yeah. They'll give you like a range, right? They don't have to.
Yeah, and that's what I was expecting. I knew it was going to be the very top end of that range, probably, but
I'm sure this one will be too.
But I didn't see a range or anything, and so I was like, that's concerning. But that I mean, we both said that was going to happen. Like this was no secret, but everyone was pretending like it was, and the price sure like it moved. It was a bit of a slow movement, but eventually got down to like what it's like trading at 80 cents. 89 or something like that. So they definitely need the reverse split because they'll need to do it for continued listing standards. So there's no escaping this time as far as that's concerned. Yeah, now here it is right now. I've got it. It's 86 cents is what it's trading at right now. So yeah, I think that's about it for Beyond as far as any sort of rally. Enjoy being the new AMC. Let's see here. I think the next one we're going to go over, and I wish we had Platinum here because we have new major news that Funko Pops or Funko may go bankrupt. There is I think the reason is that their creditors were they put out a warning. Oh no, the creditors is a different one. I'm going to sneak this in really quick because I bet you it's going to be a new meme stock. But Funko made a announcement on their earnings report. I think that they said that they were likely to go bankrupt, or there's a potential. They put out a going concern notice. But no, the one I was thinking of is Fat Brands, which owns Twin Peaks, which is like classy Hooters, and Johnny Rockets. I've never heard of that one though.
Johnny Rockets? You never heard Johnny Rockets?
No, I've heard of Twin
It's
Peaks.
like an old school diner vibe, like with the checkered.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just an old school diner vibe. It's pretty good. Yeah. There used to be one in Hoboken when I lived there, and the food was always good.
I like this company. I've shorted a couple times off and on. Their financials are a big stinker, and turns out, because their lenders demanded immediate payment on their $1.3 billion debt. Welcome to bankruptcy town, because that's the stuff that gets you pushed into bankruptcy. So how long until this becomes the new meme stock, Fat Brands? I guess we'll find out. It's a 1 for 10, one for 10 to a 1 for 150. I suppose that's not as bad as Mullen, but still 150. Jeez, that's probably what they're going to end up doing just to give them some cushion, especially since they're going to be doing some pushing as far as dilution goes. But
yeah, because the new notes, like they're, when can they convert? I don't know, pretty soon, right? Like they have a ton more. They didn't have enough shares to even cover the new notes, which is why they had to raise the authorized share count. So I mean, like it's all just a bad cycle.
Yeah. But since we're in the GameStop section, holding to $1 million for Marantz here. I assume $1 million portfolio, not $1 million a share.
Did you see Manny's post with Marantz on it?
Oh, I think I've got a couple of them because they came. I think he posted them to Meltdown. But yeah, so like at his current value of 49,000, he would need an order of magnitude and then it to double. So in order to get 1 million with his current share count, GameStop would need to go from $23 a share to $460 a share. Like, not
Seen it before.
not fucking happening, bro. We're gonna get more Kevin Malone stuff, but this is just the first taste of Kevin Malone, who's back on the whole bandwagon of valuing GameStop based on its cash pool, which is, I think, the most stupid fucking like why is this even a thing that people are trying to say, ooh, that the company is now worth less than its cash pool. It's like, we're not going to look at the liabilities, the other half of that balance sheet, and talk about any future cash flows or anything like that, or like,
that's not what we talk about.
This guy LARPs as a financial advisor. Emphasis on the LARPs. Speaking of which, isn't GameStop also one of those Bitcoin treasury companies?
They're not a Bitcoin treasury company, but they have Bitcoin on their balance sheet.
Yeah, which is.
But I don't think he's ever designated it as a treasury.
Right. But they're a teensy bit underwater. They're not as bad as some of these companies probably are that were top ticking and piling in once it got over, But
well, didn't we see on like their last earnings what they bought Bitcoin at? I can't remember what it was. Platt would know.
Yeah, I know. Again, another reason for
it wasn't a good entry.
Yeah. I did. Let me see here as we get ready to transition to the next company over. I wanted to find something here. There it is. I don't know why I didn't do this beforehand. Boom. So we do have an update in the MetaMaterials bankruptcy situation. So as far as the discovery request and the motion to quash as it relates to NASDAQ, that hearing will be on December 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So 9 o'clock Central. Same day as FOMC. Is that like a fortuitous sign or a bad sign?
I don't really get the link, but
yeah.
I mean, like, I get that it's like on the same day, but I don't get your excitement.
The excitement is I have a day full of things on my day off to do and talk about.
True.
So, yeah, I'll be probably at least listening in on this hearing. I don't know if I'll do a live stream, but I definitely will have thoughts.
I bet it'll be interesting. Yeah, with NASDAQ presenting, right?
I mean, the last time
the hearing on the motion to quash.
Yes,
okay.
The hearing on the motion to quash and transfer as well, I believe, because they wanted to do both.
Because they want to keep it in.
Yeah, because NASDAQ wants to keep it in New York.
Right.
And they want to transfer it to Nevada. The same that they're trying to do with FINRA, I believe, too. We do have some new updates in meme stock lawsuit land as far as the MMTLP cases. Apparently, Kelly is having a fight with FINRA about FINRA sending some documents for judicial notice on their new motion to dismiss. I think what he was having the biggest problem with is that they were saying that they wanted to give judicial notice as far as, FINRA's rules and regulations and things like that. Not a whole biggie thing, but that is a thing. Oh yeah, this is the NASDAQ case. And then what was this one? Oh yeah, this is FINRA. It doesn't look like there has been. Oh, what's this supplemental memorandum? Oh, FINRA's opening. Oh, yeah, this is the transfer brief. So this I haven't actually gotten to read, but this is FINRA's motion to try and block the transfer. Court has requested supplemental briefing on whether it should transfer the matter to Nevada. There is no underlying litigation to disrupt. There will be no disruption to the underlying litigation if the court resolves the motion because the trustee has said there is no litigation here. Transferring the motion would burden FINRA as part of the Exchange and Connected Plan for National Security Markets. FINRA thus often receives subpoenas from private litigants who, like the trustee, seek to shortcut their own discovery efforts by leveraging FINRA's statutorily governed work. FINRA should not have to leave its headquarters in Washington, D.C. to litigate subpoena disputes across every country, across the country every time that concerns come up in any bankruptcy case. The court is better suited to resolve the motion. Yeah, and that's pretty much stuff that they have been saying up to this point as far as
his response was basically like telling them what they can and can't put on judicial notice. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are some rules. Some of the citations
No, Kelly's response.
Yeah. That's what Kelly's was. I tried following up on one of his citations, but I couldn't find it. So hopefully it's not one of those AI generated citations, I suppose. But I mean, like, I don't have actual lawyer resources, so I can't tell. I do have a new tool though, which I'm really enjoying, that I'm currently helping beta test, and that's Legal Citation Checker, which is a database that runs against court listeners' legal citation database, and then tries to check if the citation actually exists, and then gives you a return back of if there is a citation or there isn't a correct citation. But it's still in beta, so helping work out some of the bugs on that. But once it gets full release, I'm sure that'll be a great resource for everyone involved. So, especially considering how many times we run into this with the meme stock community and the AI hallucination of citations. What was in the in this lawsuit?
Is this the 1209?
Probably. Response from Matthew, supplemental authorities. Oh, yeah. I think this was another one where the SEC came back and filed supplemental authorities that they were contesting. The big one was Jen's case, where the court came back again after she had filed to try and reopen the case again and said, hey, it's administratively closed until the bankruptcy court stance on the bankruptcy stay is that the case is still not changed, which, I mean, just kind of goes back to my thing. I think the only court that can lift the stay is the bankruptcy court. And so the judge.
Oh, they're saying that any more filings should be sanctioned.
Yeah. I think there was a sanction warning in the last one, but I'm not sure. It's been a bit. But yeah, stop filing on the docket or there will be sanctions. But I'm pretty sure that because the bankruptcy stay, the court has already adjudicated that the stay is applicable. The only one that can lift the stay is the bankruptcy court. So she would need to go to the bankruptcy court, get it lifted, and then she could come back or wait till the bankruptcy completes, in which case, yikes. That could be a bit, considering everything that they're fighting over. Some research that Matt was doing is he was trying to go back and try and track down George's alleged PhD.
Oh my gosh. I have a funny Palicaris thing after this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it. Is that the one where he was chirping back and forth with you?
Yeah, did you see the last one?
No, but why don't you get that ready? Because it was a week of chirping zats, because there was that. And then Semi Cynic, I guess, was calling him out for his accounting shenanigans. And so was Progressive Libertarian. And he got blocked. Semi Cynic got blocked. I got blocked because I was calling him out for blocking other people.
Well, I got semi-blocked, but not semi-cynic. It's semi-blocked from George, but that's the funny part. So But go ahead with yours.
And so on this, I'm trying to scroll up here and try and find what the, oh yeah. So the whole Genius lawsuit thing, where was it? There was one part of this that was, oh yeah, this is, oh yeah, he was calling out George for basically using shareholders as a liquidity pool, so that way that they could pay for their and shifting.
Well, then he said something about him not being verified and then semi-verified.
Yeah, and then that's when he blocked him.
And then he blocked it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how George operates. He's just a fucking coward. This is the one you were talking about, right? That had this one in it.
Well, yeah, but you have to pull up. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Okay. Yes. So I just was asking if he knew about the paid consultants because of, and then I put the thing from the complaint, and then he said it doesn't apply to me. 10 out of 10 for curiosity. Here's one suggestion. And then I said, interesting. I wasn't being witty. I was genuinely asking. The original SEC release has you both listed. That change in the complaint was my question. He said, good things come to those who wait. And then he tags this stupid Pulte post. And I said, that's quite the deflection. Pulte's a known liar. He had a surefire chance to subpoena me and Doug and chickened out. He knows why. I'll assume you won't answer the question directly as usual. What a shame. And then, see, I don't know if you can see his response. That's why I had the thing shared.
Yeah, go ahead and pull his response because I don't think I can see it because I'm blocked.
Right. So here. So here's his response to me. All I know is that Sifu's retirement was not normal course of normal course of business. Just like my ousting was not what the board made it out to be. And they know why. You get it now, I think that's supposed to say. When a case is active, you cannot simply comment on every fact publicly because I would need to share my evidence, and we're not allowed to do that. You should know that. Believe me, I want to. I've already said I would welcome the SEC releasing all emails and communications from all people involved, so there's nothing for me to deflect or hide. Show me another CEO who took this stance. I am being respectful of the motion to dismiss process, and I'm ready to battle till the end. Since you continue to selectively read and push a narrative, I'm drawing a line here. Not a goodbye, just a pause. My shareholders and the public will get every answer they deserve in due time. My 5 cents, put that energy and intelligence towards something constructive. Carrying negativity only damages the person holding it, and you seem to have plenty of drive that could be used for better things. With respect.
With respect. What a catty fucking bitch.
I was like, oh, and I didn't see that response because he had blocked me, and I didn't know he had blocked me. And then I went to look, and I was like, oh, he blocked me. But I guess we're on a break.
We're just in timeout. We're on a break.
We're just on a break. Maybe he's really not that into me. But yeah, I guess we're on a break. So, and I really wasn't even being like a smart ass. I was just really asking a question because he commented, because I said that I've seen plenty of people paid to promote stocks, right? We've seen it in Quantum paid. Matt said Quantum paid 181K for positive arguments.
Well, we have seen one case where someone was paid to bash allegedly with what was it? Citron Research. Andrew left the whole thing that he's being accused of with.
Right, but yeah, but he's a short research fund, right? Like, I mean, like they write short reports, but and we saw. Remember when Matt pulled all that stuff up from those random Twitter accounts that
were getting paid and were disclosed.
They paid tons of people to promote, right? But I haven't seen anyone who's paid to tell the ugly truth about stocks. And that's really all I said.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, like it says that there were paid consultants used. So I'm asking you about that. That's it was a genuine question. I wasn't being an asshole.
Yeah. He tends to project a lot. I get that continued vibe. So I think this is the last one on our way out of
I'll think about you every day, George.
the MMTLP and metamaterial space. There's been another delay by NextBridge on its 2024 financials that it is still yet to produce. So, darn. At least they got us 2023 finally. I guess progress. You know, it takes them what, 2 years to come up with a filing for the last year. So, you know, we will sometime next year we'll see 2024. You know, at the rate that they go.
Well, and I don't know if like it's as much of a crunch time since they got that funding from Greg McCabe Jr.
Right.
Right. So they're not under like guess one being approved so that they can sell shares.
Right. And speaking of paid bashers, the greatest meme of this weekend troll. Oh my goodness. Everyone was falling for this, from scam investor to let's see here. What was the
total count on the,
because we had, you know,
yeah,
he, and then we had a bunch of people. Gardner Wade, I believe, deleted his post on it.
George Palacaris didn't fall for it.
Well, yeah, because he was the one who pointed out that, you know, it was a troll based on old stuff, old
been
stuff.
Out there forever.
Yeah. And the fact that people fell for it is hilarious. Gardner Wade posted this and then deleted it. Like, everybody was falling over themselves. It was hilarious stuff.
And that tweet did numbers for sure. I don't know what the final numbers.
There was a bunch of likes too and everything. Like
the comments were just absolute gold.
I don't know how people fell for it. It was so obvious, but it confirmed people's biases. So, of course, naturally, that went fine. I think now is the time for GNS, because we had a lot of stuff since their lawsuit came out of people adding their 5 cents, maybe more like a half cent opinion, as if we're going to go for real value as to this one. To kick it all off, let's start with a screen cap of a post that is a longtime contributor for our for the show, bringing in and plenty of content with his stupidity. Soft said Ethan. So his big thing after the lawsuit came out was saying that, you know, how come Wes didn't move for a preliminary injunction? And I'm wrangled by the stupidity of this, from like, if you have any basic level of legal understanding.
Hear you. Happening.
A little, 1 second there. Fixed.
Okay, I was like, I can't hear you. What happened?
Not hearing, so yeah, it kind of went. But so like we've gone over this before. There's four elements to getting a preliminary injunction. The first one being likelihood of success on the merits. I'm going to give him this one this time. We'll just give him likelihood of success on the merits, even though we know that that's not a snowball's chance in hell. Number two is that the harm has to be irreparable harm. Well, if it's money damages, it can't be irreparable. So, balance of equities, he's basically saying he wants a preliminary injunction to stop
the market
Citadel and Virtu from being able to make a market. So he basically wants to stop Virtu from being able to do business.
Well, I mean, good luck with your stock trading if they're not providing liquidity.
Right, exactly, like that. But also, so the injury to the non-moving party would be greater than the injury to the moving party. So, and then, you know, the general public good, which, I mean, if your proposal for a preliminary injunction is to effectively stop trading in Genius Group during the period of litigation, I'm going to go with you not making that fourth one either. So striking out on all four is, you know, a normal Ethan thing. When you have an IQ score below room temperature, maybe you should do less talky and more sit down and let the adults run the show. How about that?
Well, I mean, if Ethan's not careful, they're going to hire him as their lawyer. Sorry, I'm like a little bit sick. Like we've already had flu in the house this week and stuff, so like I'm might be losing my voice, but we'll keep going for as long as my voice is here. But yeah, he could get hired as their attorney, which, you know.
Yikes. So we have the Kevin Malone memes. I kind of skipped over one here. So yeah, this is the one I was wanting. We're back to the 0 shares available at IBKR. Therefore, there are no shares period
anywhere.
Available.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
like, you would think at one point that he would figure this out about how fucking wrong he is, but no. I mean, I guess when your portfolio looks like this, I love that it's called the Malone Poverty Index.
Too?
Yeah, apparently he was promoting that.
Was he pumping Beyond? I didn't even look.
Yeah, so I told him that he should.
Something is still like weird about the quantum thing. Just like my brain just refuses to believe he was buying his clients in at $32, and then just took it, you know,
on the chin and didn't sell.
Yeah, it took it all the way to $6.80. Like something is.
Yeah, but when he needed to file, since to say he sold,
he would, right? Because he filed when he bought, right? But we haven't seen that filing,
right?
But like. I mean,
it just seems like it would not be a bright idea.
The absurdity of it, and like, I mean, your clients would surely sue you. Like, yeah. I mean,
either that or they're as fucking dumb as he is. More money than common sense.
Nobody's that dumb.
He exists. He is that dumb. This is a very large nation. Are you saying that there's not enough dumb rich people?
Like, I don't. They can't be that dumb, right? Because they gave him millions of dollars, right? So they've made millions of dollars. They can't be that stupid. Like, I don't buy it. Like, I don't buy that, that they're all still in this, or that they were in it for very long. I can't really, I keep trying to play it in my head, like what he could have.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense either way. Either he's lying to the SEC that he sold, or he's about to get fucked by his investors for not selling. Like,
there's just no way. Like, there's no way. It's like I can't make it make sense in my head. And like, I get that it's like Kevin Malone and he's pretty much the dumbest motherfucker alive, but like, I can't figure out what the scheme is. But I feel,
you know,
I feel like deep that there was a scheme, and I just don't know what it is yet.
So I think I found someone possibly dumber than Kevin Malone, and we're going to speed run some of their stupid fucking tweets. Genius Group is one of the most powerful hedge funds.
You know that there's talk that is Kevin Malone.
I could believe it, but that would mean that. I mean, it's been I don't think so, because it used to be Meta Market
and Met News, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I would buy it more likely that it was like Junk Savvy or Busy Brands running the account, who are equally stupid in my opinion. But Genius is up against one of the most powerful hedge funds in the world, Ken Griffin's Citadel.
Well, see, so that they joined in 2021. So whoever this is has been around since 21.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like a bot account, but who knows? Yeah. Well, good news there. Citadel is not a hedge fund, so this meme keeps coming up.
Citadel is a hedge fund. Cit Securities, which is who they're suing, is not a hedge fund.
Not a hedge fund, right?
Citadel is the hedge fund. Cit Securities is the market maker.
Yeah, and it's not the one that's being sued. So
Cit Securities is being sued.
Right. Like, no, that's what I'm saying. The hedge fund
Citadel is not correct.
Right. Like the fact that this meme keeps coming up is just fucking hilarious. Speaking of which, what do you want to put the odds on this one, Amy? That
No shot.
that they stop, they cancel the ATM and all that noise, because I gave a list of things that are just as likely to happen. We're going to be living in Mars in the next 5 years, winning $1 million, becoming president, getting struck by lightning multiple times, or X Market News stops posting lies. I mean, those are all just about as likely as that ATM stopping.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you won't see anything about it until their next filing, right? Like their next earnings filing, like
since they're a foreign company, they only have to do once a year.
That's right.
So you're not going to see it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a bit of a shield there, and Roger can say dumb shit like, there's been zero change to the use of our ATM.
Oh, I need to find that one, because it is in my slide deck here, because that was so well put together as far as that is concerned, because
it was very, very intentional wording used there, because otherwise, like if they weren't doing it, they weren't executing, he would have just said, we have not executed the ATM, or we have not sold any shares.
Yeah, but don't forget that our ATM we've approved.
I mean, you just would have straight up said
zero logic.
Yeah.
Because
and then he says there's been zero change to the use of our ATM. We've had it
zero change to the use. He didn't say they weren't. There was no sales. He said there's been zero change to the use.
Yes.
As in they have how they use
what's
their
written
ATM.
Out in the agreement on how and when they use it, but they don't need, like they have a standing authorization to sell shares at the prevailing market price. They don't need permission. And I haven't pulled the ATM to look, but it sounds like from what he says here, plus whenever we decide to use the ATM, it's only ever a tiny % of the daily volume, so as to not impact the price. So if it's based on volume, right? So on this day,
when there was an ass load of volume,
right, that would increase their percentage.
Because pre-market, it was already up a lot. And the minute that active trading started, that price collapsed so fucking fast. Mm-hmm. There was no support. And why not? Because it went up to $1.50 a share. And of course, Mark pops in. Of course.
He says here, reposted post says that they have an ATM in place. He didn't say that the company drew down on it. And that's
not what anyone was making.
Well, that's the part that I actually found disingenuous, because there is a standing authorization in place, and they get paid a 3% commission, and GNS gets money. It behooves them to sell into higher volume. And,
as Mouth Bitters points out, from a fiduciary standpoint, when the stock pops, 50% on a pump, you should sell shares. If you didn't,
that's why you have an ATM.
Yeah. I love when people play this game. It's so facetious. Cut it out, please.
I mean, maybe it does, and that's fine.
I'm just...
But then he's saying my firm and I are more interested in the buy button being taken away by some platforms.
We'll get into
the timing of that and the reasons for it, especially after the lawsuit was filed. Maybe something Roger and Hamilton would like us to look into. And then I said the buy button issue is pretty simple. You have CEOs and even retail publicly threatening and even pursuing litigation left and right. They're mitigating risk by making you call in and verbally consent to a risk disclosure before buying highly risky stocks. It's not manipulation. It's smart. And not all that surprising considering the players here, which are literally suing institutions. I mean, you have Wes Christian, who is marketing himself and has branded himself on suing, around these kinds of companies. brokerages have the right to protect themselves. And like I told Mark, like if you go back to that, my
this one here.
There you go. Because he's talking about hedge funds. I mean, hedge funds don't use retail brokers. They're using Goldman and JP
Right.
Morgan. And there's no suitability issues with a hedge fund, right? Like that's not what they're dealing with. Like
Right.
you can't compare retail. And so I just said retail brokers can't protect themselves, can't protect investors from themselves. The best they can do is protect themselves from investors' own disregard for the risks they take. Like, and that's it, right? Like, so now you have to call in and they have to read to you and say, do you understand?
Yeah. The
this
Shitco
risk?
hotline.
Right. And because like you have lawyers who are literally suing brokerages and like,
yeah,
what do you expect?
Well, yeah, and that's what I pointed out, and he was like trying to say, well, you know, it's making
happening
it easier for hedge funds than it is for retail. And I'm like, it's a fucking phone call. Like you push in the digits for the customer service.
In what world do we live in that we're all the same? And that was my one of my responses was, are you suggesting that we should all be the same? Because if that's the case, then why can't like hedge funds and brokers and market makers sue retail? Because we all sign the same thing when we say we understand the inherent risks of the stock market. We all sign it when we sign up for a brokerage account. We all say we got it. We understand this is risky. We understand we can lose all of our money. So like they can countersue, or like, I mean, do you want us to all be the same or not? Because like, I don't consider myself to be the same as any institution or hedge fund or anything like we're not the same. Like, why do you keep trying to make everybody the same? We're not the same.
Right. Well, and like what I pointed out when I responded is like, you know, aside from the fact, like you had mentioned that, you know, him and several other people have been suing these companies. It's like the things that he had been suing about was about, you know, lack of protections for their customers,
right.
Like where it's situations where these nefarious, like they're supposed to stop these nefarious evil short sellers or
right.
all this other stuff. And it's like, you can't have it both ways where it's like, on one hand, you're saying that brokers should exercise more caution and have more protections and regulate the market more, and then bitch and complain about the regulations they institute.
Right.
Like, I want to say that there was another tweet that I had that like this sort of thing here where people
and that's like, this is like doing this is kind of the closest they can get to protecting you from yourself.
And like I've been saying this statement for the longest time, that like you're going to continue to see more limitations like this from brokers, because if retail investors are going to go and make these risky financial decisions and then sue their brokers when they fuck up and blame their brokers and say, you should have stopped me. Well, then you're going to get a short bus account. You're going to get the Shitco hotline more often.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Restricted.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, you have people like Baggy Travis telling everyone to lie so that they can get options trading. Like, you know, I mean, if you can't protect or you know, make sound decisions or protect yourself, and then that's what I'm saying. Like the best they can do is protect themselves from you.
Yeah. And what I think is also hilarious is this, like, there's so many layers to this whole demand letter thing that make me laugh out loud.
Well, that's what they're going to get told. They're going to get told exactly that from these brokers.
Yeah.
We don't have to take on that liability. We don't have to take on that risk.
Yeah.
And if we have to make them call in and talk to them like they're a child, then that's what we have to do to prevent this.
Or like in some cases where they start yelling at them and just drop them as a customer altogether. You know,
I mean,
but like this lawsuit, I think is absolutely hilarious. The only one of these companies that changed
this isn't a lawsuit; it's just a demand letter.
Well, yeah, it's a demand letter, but like, I'm sorry, like this is probably why I'm not an actual lawyer, because my response to the demand letter would be something along the lines of, demand what? You're like, you have no standing to turn the buy button back on,
and they're going to get told no.
Like they have no standing to dictate what these brokers do.
You're
not the one trading the security.
Right. It's their discretion. And they have the right to protect themselves.
And like the transaction is between their customers and the parties in which they're getting the shares acquired for them. So like GNS isn't a party to this transaction at any step.
I don't even know what the regulations are on, like, do they have to allow trading in this? The brokers?
I think that like on a certain level, but like they can restrict you from certain levels of trading. Like, for instance, you have to give the disclosure to trade OTC stocks. And I assume they can, if they want to, stop you from trading OTC.
They make shorts call in too, right? Like there's been
times when I've had to, like, I wanted to try and short a company and I was too late on it because they went into bankruptcy. And I got not only told to call the Shitco hotline because it's in Chapter 11. When I called the Shitco hotline, they said, sorry, we don't let people trade short bankrupt companies.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can absolutely tell you to fuck off.
Shorts have to, they have to call in on some of these as well.
And I know that from personal experience because I dabble in some of these esoteric stuff, if only for the learning experience. So, you know, like this absolute silliness is,
they're not stopping you from buying the stock. You can still buy it.
Yeah.
But you have to call. Yeah. And you have to listen to the disclosure. I guess maybe it's not going to be as fast as you want it to be, but they're not stopping anyone from buying.
Right. The one that was really hilarious was also this one. Like the error message that they got explicitly explains.
That's why I posted it. I was like, the error message, like, it's crazy.
Unsettled funds. So you can still trade GNS, but only with settled cash because of the risk of volatility. And that's why Robinhood took away the button. And I think if I go back here, this leads back to, Simi Senek explaining exactly that. Like, if you want to buy an asset that's very volatile with unsettled funds, you're asking the broker to take on a risk on your behalf. So when it says public company sends demand letter to Robinhood, does that mean I can get my Wall Street bets level gambles back? I wish. That would be amazing. No. Wouldn't we all like our shitty bets to come back to our brokerage account? It's not me that screwed up. It's the evil short sellers. It's the evil market makers. So I'm going to sue them for all my money. My apes. No. So yeah. Oh, is this? Yeah, this is the Christian. Sean.
I mean, it's just like, isn't it just like a copy pasta of the newswire?
Basically, when they sent out the demand letter, they sent out a PR newswire blast, and of course, a lot of these like Business Insider, Tip Ranks, different places like that, they auto scrape the PR newswire and just republish something. And she thought because it got published on as like one of these auto scrapes and put on Business Insider that, Business Insider was actually reporting on it, and they weren't. They just took the PR news release and
on 98% of all trading days during the class period, defendants reportedly entered spoofing trades designed to manipulate this. I mean, and I posted this to Basile, right? When I said that I disagree with the spoofing stuff because, like, the order quoting, right? The quotation system, it's all automated, right? And they are required by law to sit on the bid and the ask. They are required to put up the amount of shares they are willing to trade and at what specific price.
Yep.
Right. So like, and if those orders are not fulfilled, they're canceled. And like, that's not spoofing, that's market making, and it's regulated.
And that's what's crazy about this entire lawsuit. It's basically taking what they do, their business, taking a market and trying to say that's illegal.
It's order.
It's hilarious.
But and there's like, I actually pulled all the regulations around it, and like, there are so many regulations around it, and so many, like, they literally monitor how many, like,
Right.
Orders get canceled. And if there's too many, there's like, they're in violation. And like, I don't know how he got this through with Mullen. I don't know how he gets this through anywhere, because
I don't know either.
Literally
because,
market making. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't get it.
And most of the times he wasn't going after the market makers. He like he did with Northwest Biopharmaceuticals. But like Mullen, I think he was just going after the brokers. Like most of these times it's been the brokers that he's been going after. This is the first one where it's none of the brokers. It's two market makers. It's like,
this is going to be the fastest lawsuit ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, Quantum's trying the same thing. And that's what I told the Quantum CEO guy that. I was like, this is market making. Like, it's not spoofing.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But yeah, we have a couple others. Of course, PP was saying that because there was that huge run up in after hours. Like, again, after hours is like market manipulation central. And by that, I mean retail investors going and taking advantage of the fact that there's low liquidity.
Well, there's no volume, right? So, I mean, like, the smallest amount of volume can move it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. MPP was trying to say that Citadel is closing their positions by our sources familiar with the matter.
Citadel, like the hedge funds aren't touching this shit.
No,
hedge funds are not
absolutely not
participating in the shitco shuffle. Like, I don't know why they think hedge funds would be anywhere near this.
Yeah,
they're not.
This was, oh my God, did you see this? So this is,
yes, I replied to that and I said, can you tell me what your definition of internalization is? Maybe it wasn't this one, it was another one that he put. And I was like,
yeah, there's several of these. But as soon as I saw this in early market hours,
when I was looking at the
Webull tape, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna be, I knew this was coming, and it happened.
What did he say?
No, of this, they're like, because it's FINRA, that obviously that FINRA is manipulating the market in GNS.
What did that change from? What has it always said FINRA?
There were a bunch of trades that hit the tape that said FINRA.
Yeah, I know, but is that a symbol? Like, did something change, or has it always said FINRA?
It depends on the trade. Like, there's it comes from a bunch of different exchanges, and what I understand it is that a FINRA member, like the reason why it gets the FINRA designation is because a FINRA member, like, broker printed it to the tape. Like, it's not FINRA is executing these trades. It's like what you said, Amy. It's internalization. They are like, these are trades coming across the tape between FINRA members. Like so they're trying to say that it's FINRA that's executing the trades when they're not. And it's hilarious. So
they think that is FINRA?
Yes, that's FINRA that is manipulating the market in GNS. That's why they're
column even supposed to be symbolizing. I don't understand.
That's supposed to be the exchange. So there's the timestamp, there's the price, there's the how much shares, and then that's the exchange usually that's there on that last row. So if it was traded on NASDAQ, it would show NASDAQ.
Right. I don't use Webull, so I don't like. Has that always been that?
Or? Yeah. Like, that's how the time and sales tape is laid out. Okay. Time of the order.
Well, no, I mean, has it always been labeled as
amount?
FINRA?
Well, some of them have been labeled as FINRA. Like when I saw it hit the tape on GNS, that's the first time I've ever seen it, and I had to go look it up myself. But I saw it regularly during this week, especially in like after hours trading, that FINRA was the exchange that was listed. And what it just is like you said, it's internalization. It's a FINRA member trading, and that's how it hits the tape. So no, FINRA does not execute trades, just to make it clear.
They're not an exchange.
Yeah. More silliness. Did you know that Ken Griffin sold his house because of this lawsuit?
This was my stupid tweet of the week last week. You don't remember this?
No, I don't. I just remember. No, I thought it was something else because I'm pretty sure you had.
No, because remember it was somebody saying we're going to be so fucking rich, quoting PP, and then PP was quote tweeting saying that
it was posted on November 20th.
Was going bankrupt, and he was quote tweeting Christian Shaughnessy, and it was just like this like shitco train of like quote
shitco telephone. Okay, yeah, I do remember that now. But this was posted on the 20th, and that's what threw me off.
Like, yeah,
I don't remember the house selling thing.
Selling a house for 81 million, he's definitely going bankrupt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And second of all, if you thought that he like just flash sold a house for 80 million, like this wasn't planned out well in advance, like get the fuck out of here. I don't know what to do.
That's the guy I quote tweeted today is my quant with his AMC shares.
We'll get to that because that's on there. But this one has a clip from one of our favorites. Thomas James. I'm going to speed this up, and we may skip around in it because I want to find the GNS stuff. Buckle up. This guy is extra doofy.
Is about market manipulation of GNS and other companies as well. It's now officially being backed by the company itself in a federal court filing. Genius Group GNS has filed a massive class action lawsuit against both Citadel Securities and Virtue for spoofing on 98% of trading days. Let's stop there for a second. Not just 10% of days, not just one.
If you're not familiar with Thomas James, he at least we have some reasonable commentary, and also you learn stuff on here, but generally he's just like a content thief. He will go around to other people's Twitter accounts and then just like word for word talk about them and then give 5-second quips. So that's Thomas James's entire gimmick. He has not an independent thought in his head, and he is just a content aggregator for apes, especially AMC apes.
1 or 2 days individually, not even 50% of days, but 98% of trading days. Now, guys, before I tell you more about Citadel being exposed, I want to ask you a very important question on blue gold.
How long were we in before we got the ad spot? Not even 45 seconds? And he's already trying to show us on gold? Amazing. Let's see if I can skip past this shit. All right. Oh, no, that's not it. More gold. Damn, that took up like a whole 2 minutes almost.
Virtue of naked shorting, artificially driving down the stock, quote stuffing, and millisecond cancellations, which is another form of spoofing, and also, and importantly, buy button restrictions by brokers. And he said in his the biggest part, the damages are at least $250 million that GNS is claiming for.
Nowhere near even if. Like, do they pull these numbers just directly out of their ass? Who said the 250 million originally? Was that X Market News that was on top of that one?
Not capped at 250 million, but at least 250 million, and it's not estimated, and it's not a maybe. And the fact that it says at least 200 orders after hours on Fidelity and other brokers, like that, of course, might sound familiar because as you all away the buy, Hamilton, and he said for those of you,
like there's nothing
similarly
new
Fidelity,
here.
you can't.
I thought there might be something new there. My mistake. It's Thomas James. So how has it been doing since announcing the lawsuit? Well, this week down 38% on GNS. That'll do it there for them. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we had some new news about Bollinger Motors. Amy, did you catch this one when it hit the feed?
I did.
About Bollinger Motors stopped paying its employees and its electrical bills and everything. Surely a great sign. What date did you have on Mullen going belly up and bankrupt?
It was in January, but I don't remember exactly.
Well, that might be pretty accurate because I thought for sure it'd at least make it into next year. I'm having serious concerns that it'll even make it to the end of this year.
Check Ocelot's post, but I think it was January 26th.
Yeah. So, not likely. I'm surprised there hasn't been anything trying to like on its lawsuits. They've both on both of them, I think they've asked for an extension of time. So they may be just trying to push things off for now, but I'm surprised we haven't heard anything on those that had suggested that it's starting to get into wrap up mode. We also got from the SEC that it has come to likely settlement terms with Virtu, basically a statement that they won't violate 15G of the Exchange Act and 2.5 million, which
2.5 million. I thought the original was like 1.8 million, which is what they went to court over.
Yeah, it says it further is ordered adjudicating decree that defendant VAL. Oh, is this a different one?
No, Virtue Americas.
Okay, yeah, VAL will pay 2.5 million. So so earlier in the show we talked about Bill Pulte and his extravagant levels of stupidity and corruption. It has definitely had an effect on Fannie and Freddie's share price.
Yeah, they're all like begging him to stop talking.
Yeah, again. It seems to be a recurring theme. Bill says something, and then all the people in the Fannie and Freddie sub are like, "Shut the fuck up." I think it dribbled down a little bit further after this. I want to say for the week. Let me double check though that Fannie and Freddie were down almost probably close to 20%. FNMA stuff. Let me check that really quick though. Oh no, I kind of balanced out even, I guess, for the week and the month. There's no way because like it was down 13%. Well, I guess for the week it kind of balanced out. Like it went back up to like 11 and then came back down. So it ended up trading only up for looks like 0.4%. So it was just the last 2 days were very red. So it looked like it was on a rebound. And then, Bill had the unfortunate mouth opening moment. I'm going to have to take some time to actually look at this one because apparently.
Curtis got up there and asked him a question.
Yeah, I think I have that one. We'll play that really quick.
I don't think that was the answer he was looking for.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Let's see if we can turn up the speed a little bit and we'll just let it play.
Is it supposed to be playing?
Oh, I forgot to switch tabs.
Get short sold to the point. Thank you for the presentation. I think it was an excellent job. And as a retail investor, invested in both companies, I would definitely be in favor of your proposal. So hopefully it's considered. I do have a question pertaining to in 2008, before global financial crisis or amidst global financial crisis, both of these companies were naked short sold to the point that the SEC had to prohibit, amongst other U.S. financial institutions, they had to prohibit naked short selling of both entities from an emergency SEC order. What do you see? So project that these are ultimately uplisted to the New York Stock Exchange, whether by the end of the year or the beginning of the year. Government maintains an equity stake of 80%. What prohibits whether foreign actors or other financial institutions from targeting these companies?
Yeah, look, I think number one, these first of all, I wouldn't be short Fannie and Freddie on a relisting as the administration says, look, we're taking, considering that we're accounting for the repayment of the preferred, we're exercising our warrants. These going to be.
No, what was that?
Why are they talking about relisting or uplisting? Like they're talking about IPOing 5%.
Yeah,
they're not talking about uplisting.
Well, that's the entire thing that they're hoping for, and I doubt very much that's going to happen.
Like, why is Bill Ackman still like get your money out of there, bro?
Like sovereign,
he's up
assets
a lot
of the
because he's buying around like $1 or $2, I think. So,
fund assets of the United States government, and we're going to be working on optimizing these enterprises. I wouldn't worry about short sellers. And yeah, there are rules against naked short selling. I don't think there's a ton of quote unquote naked short selling that actually takes place.
Whoopsies! I don't think there's a ton of naked
and that's not even
selling.
what Curtis is talking about. Curtis is talking about the naked shorts that he, I think, believes are still in this from 2008.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I was talking about earlier, where even now people in Fannie and Freddie are speculating that this was just a meme that
It's one of his Ghostbuster post boards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that one. The one where he was saying that that he had like Bessent and
yeah, remember I said I think we know why Bessent wants to punch him in the face now. Like why he really wants to punch him in the face, because Bessent's face was on that first Ghostbusters poster board that he barged into the Oval Office with.
Yeah.
With the circle and red thing.
Right, with the red X through it. Yeah.
Yeah. One of them was Bessent's face.
One
about
like this is not the brag that you think it is to say that you're down 50K almost on your AMC shares.
Look at his total gain, bro.
Yeah, that's red. It's not a gain. That's an L. Yeah, 95% loss.
I was like I tweeted this or quote tweeted. I was like, this is my quant. Like in like sitting in a chair, like just a kick back, like this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. We do know that we have one of our first baggy casualties. Soika no longer holds AMC. Bye. I just learned about that
like at all.
Like at all. Someone stole my catalytic converter a week or two ago, and I need to work on my car. My AMC stock money is going towards that, sadly. Stolen in broad daylight.
Okay, but wait, I think he's saying the money that he would buy AMC with. I don't think he's saying that he sold.
Well, like I don't know what else to take from it, because I sure as hell haven't seen him post anything about AMC as of late. He's more about trying to make it into the Hitler Youth League.
He took a HELOC and bought AMC when it was way higher. That's not selling. He's saying like because I think that his pattern is to buy, it's kind of like Moran's where he buys like one share or whatever. So like his money that is designated for AMC went to buying like, I don't know. I fuck if I know. I'm just saying like, I don't think he's saying that he sold his AMC.
Yeah.
He would take a tremendous loss.
The last thing on the AMC stuff before we head into final stretch here is Nelson Wells apparently paid the filing fee and is trying to get an emergency order through so he doesn't have to pay for his sanctions while he's trying to get cert out of the Supreme Court. So, best of luck, dude. I'm going to bet that's not going to work out for you at all, but I suppose, Biggie on trying. I
don't even have a stupid tweet of the week.
Oh, dang. I guess that means I'll win by default here. But
yeah, you can win this week.
Okay, and I will say we're wrapping up, but there's a few other things that were kind of happening. Did you see the Scream Fest Bed Bath & Beyond space call that went on for an hour with the crazy ass dude?
Unfortunately. That is the most unhinged shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, and we have listened to some crazy shit. That's the craziest. The absolute craziest.
Yeah.
Are you going to play it?
I do have a clip, I think. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, here we are.
Earmuffs, y'all.
Oh my goodness. This is we'll just call that the joint stupid tweet of the week, and we'll just kind of go with that, because this is
Well, I guess I could talk about the thing that I heard in that other space where the guy was saying that he thought that the war in Venezuela, the war in Venezuela was being used to cover for MOAS.
Oh, I think I saw that one.
That's my stupid tweet of the week. I was like, if this would be my stupid tweet of the week. If it was okay.
If I ever see your rapist ass, motherfucker. Lord help me.
Let's talk now.
Yeah, let's talk now, motherfucker. You came out your rat trap, motherfucker.
Okay,
I got you out that little burrow you're fucking hiding in, motherfucker.
Okay,
I can see right through you, you fucking faggot pussy.
Okay.
You can't trick me. I'm the Lord. I run with the Lord. You can't trick me, motherfucking demon.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of enough of that. It's basically 2 hours of that.
It goes way much further. I was so nervous. I was like, is he gonna play it? I hope he doesn't play like the worst parts of it. But yeah, it's literally the most insane thing you've ever heard. And legitimately concerned that this person was having a mental health crisis, because they clearly.
I think you could definitely define that was a mental health crisis. I would consider that a breakdown of some sort, like.
When he's just screaming that, like, selling to the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, and like, I mean, all of, like, it's like baggy brains exploded all over the wall, and like everything. It just was.
Well, I mean, I can see why he's accusing Ramez of that, because apparently in a space he claimed that he was talking to Ken Griffin.
Well, he also said he had dinner with Ken Griffin last night.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah, not likely, not at all likely.
Another. I mean, it's no wonder that him and Pulte are besties.
Yeah, they like making up shit a whole lot, but I think that's a good place to end it on tonight.
Sorry, guys, my voice is shot.
Yes, it happens. We'll catch you guys not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, after Thanksgiving, because I'm going on a road trip. Amy's got her own road trip to plan for. So we will see you guys 2 weeks from now. Till next time.
In a new secret location.
Yes.
Bye.